So just read the entire thing.
Yeah, so you're going to use this formula. My mission is to da-da-da-da-da-da-da in myself and others.
Okay. My mission is to achieve, inspire, and educate commitment in myself and others.
So be it.
So be it.
Let's try it again. One,
And it
two,
shall be.
three.
So be it.
So be it. All right, Dee, your turn.
Okay, my mission is to discover, satisfy, and relax wholeness in myself and others.
So be it. Snap, snap.
My mission is to connect, encourage, and motivate integrity in myself and others.
So be it.
Okay, my mission is to heal, relax, and speak
Joy.
joy in myself and others.
So be it. My mission is to respect, educate, and influence justice in myself and others.
So be it.
I guess my mission is to practice respect and team friendship in myself and others.
So be it.
My mission is to organize, heal, and reclaim justice in myself and others.
So be it.
That's my organization's mission.
Really?
Yes. Okay. My mission is to explore, refine, and integrate community in myself and others.
So be it.
Microphone down.
Wow.
Drop it, girl.
But
Drop it like it's hot.
My mission is to accept, communicate, and integrate dignity in myself and others.
So be it.
Nice. Lala.
My mission is to inspire, respect, and serve connection in myself and others.
So be it.
All right.
So anyway, the point of this exercise, when we're doing a circle, actually a lot.
That's awesome.
You'll see us in unison, and you'll be really like, wow,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Okay,
Well, I guess because everyone's going to Dragon House tonight. Dragon House, by the way, Shelly, it's a Cambodian nightclub where they play Cambodian music.
Got it.
So I know Cambodians, we've adopted line dancing as one of the things we do. So
We did?
Yes.
well, Marizon, we got the Marizon.
Marizon.
We've
always had that.
It was inspired by a film that made it to Cambodia in the 50s or 60s. It was called the Madison. The Madison dance, but it's a line dance. But anyway, so if anyone knows it, we're just gonna do a few rounds just to get our blood.
No, I know how to sing the song.
Can we go over there?
I have. Okay. So it's always like, so you know, 2, 3, kick, 1, 2, 3, and with the left, 1, 2, 3, step with the right, step with the left, and turn.
There's one big slide over here.
Yes. Electric and you just do it over again. Okay, ready? I got my okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Kick. 1, 2, 3. Kick. 1, 2, 3. Wait, I forget. Is it this way? 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Kick with the left. 1, 2, 3. Kick with the right. 1, 2, 3. Step with the left. Step with the right, and turn to your right. You too, yes.
This is like a crazy model. Don't break my heart.
Yeah. So we ready for tonight?
We're having fun.
the two steps. Read your step, and then give your advice,
Okay.
or whatever you came up
I'll
with.
read the steps and she's going
Okay.
to talk about the advice. All right, step 1, get the facts. Learn as much as you can about the pieces of your mission process. What do you know or think about your mission field? Where do you get your information?
Okay, so first we want to ask you, why do you want to be a professor? And why do you want to get into constitutional law? Next, you need to find resources. Do you have any type of network relating to constitutional law? Do you have support? What's the best school? What are the schools around the nation? And where would you like to practice? Where do you see yourself settling down to do this? What kinds of communities or populations do you want to serve? And do you have any role models to look up to? Anyone practicing constitutional law? And you have to know that you have to become a lawyer before becoming a professor. And how long do you want to be a lawyer until you transition into working as a professor? And what are your finances, and what are your options to finance?
And information obviously would be the website, would be through its resources, which would be going to the university and interviewing, asking questions, so it's a process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, step 2 is get a goal. Boil your mission statement down to a single most important goal or task. Break your mission vision down into your number 1 priority goal. What is the most important, productive thing you must do first? Write down your priority goal. What are your steps for getting these goals? Whom have you talked to about your goal? What pillar are they in?
Okay, so we've decided that the most important thing you need to focus on is getting into the school. So now that you have a list of schools around the nation, choose one that you want to get into and focus on that one. And once you get into that, the steps to take next are tuition. How do you pay for school? And what's the time commitment that you have set aside to achieve this?
Because often when it comes to universities, you have to practice for a certain period of time before they say you will qualify to become a professor. You have enough knowledge to now teach the students. So often the professors that teach law often were lawyers before they became teachers. So there's not necessarily a program where you get a PhD in law and start becoming a professor. Often they have JDs and they have passed the bar and they have practiced for many years, so they can speak towards many options and cases and experience in the classroom.
Beautiful, thank you both, all 3.
So 3, examine your resources. Make an inventory of all your resources.
So, talents, among many, definitely look at what you can do now. What are you good at? What do people tell you you're good at? Really just, and don't be shy about it. Don't be modest about it. Just list them all out. Health, we thought health is really important as well, because in order to be in school and reach your goals, you want to remember, sharpen the saw. You're going to take care of yourself. And then actually Danielle, she recommended 30 minutes of exercise every day. And then for the training resources part, definitely do some research on the schools. Like, are there any additional classes? A lot of times you have prerequisites, like things that you have to accomplish before you can actually take that course or get there. So, like, for example, like the LSAT, which is the test that you have to take for law school, things like that. Time. So you told us that you also work full-time. You are holding down a job. So maybe see how your employer will be accommodating to your school schedule. Maybe you want to work full-time and still take care of your family, and then pursue your education at night or on the weekends. So definitely talk to them about that, or maybe talk to them about a flexible working schedule where you could still work your hours, but maybe do it around your work schedule. And also, the other option is, what if you just quit your job and you say, you know what, I don't want to spend 40 hours a week here anymore. I want to just be a full-time student. Maybe look into educational loans, any loans or grants or scholarships that you can qualify for. Friends, definitely surround yourself with positive influences, people that are going to push you towards your goal and not be negative. And then hobbies was on there, which I thought was interesting. Maybe you can assess what hobbies do you like that are really important to you, and then at the same time realizing that you may have to reduce the time that you spend in that hobby so that you can spend the time in school.
Right, move on to number 4. Use your past to build your future.
Oh, sorry.
Should I read it?
Sure.
Okay. Anyone who has ever helped you or cared about you is a potential resource in helping you with your mission.
So I'm sure
be where you are today, I'm sure that you had people who positively influenced you in some way or helped you or cared about you, shown you a lot of love and a lot of support. So you want to definitely turn to those people, maybe former teachers, mentors, people in the community, friends, anyone that has helped you to be where you are today. And then I also remember that you mentioned talking about your mom and her, I guess, you didn't really hear her express to you like, oh, when you grow up, son, I want you to be a lawyer. Well, maybe now's the time to maybe have a conversation with her and sit her down and say, Ma, you know, I know you didn't really force me to be anything, but I really want to be a professor. I really want to be a lawyer. And then maybe explain to her why. And then I think because, you know, she's an important person in your life, and just because she didn't verbalize her goals and dreams for you, I think it's also important that she probably wants to know that you're happy and that you're going to be successful doing whatever makes you happy. And also, oh sorry, and then what dreams or talents did you once have? So I think Shelley put it so perfectly, was you didn't think of this idea probably just now. I'm sure it was in you somewhere where you had this dream of becoming a professor of constitutional law. It's in you somewhere, and it probably just took today for you to actually verbalize it and say it out loud. So definitely really dig deep inside yourself and ask yourself, why is it that you want to teach constitutional law? And okay. Thank you.
That's something that I remember, and that's still sticking to me, is when he said, I want to be the best constitutional law professor. I think that's really something that I'll remember you by now, because you verbalized it, and every single time I think about you now, it's like constitutional law. But I think also Shelley helped us out. Something tangible would be that when he gives his business card out, it's like a suitcase. A briefcase, and when you open the briefcase, it's his business information and his, you know, his firm.
Yes, that's.
We're not talking to him.
Talking to him about him.
But you know how lawyers always carry briefcases, right? They're
Yes.
like stuffed with all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I thought, how cute would it be to have somebody, a designer, create like a cardstock, you know, little briefcase that your business card fit in.
And you open it up.
And you open it up, you take the business card out, but then on the inside is kind of his logo, maybe like the friendly lawyer or the friendship lawyer, or you know, whatever he decides to brand himself as, you know, really cool.
Shelley, you should be in marketing.
Yeah.
That's a cute idea.
And since I have him on my team, he's gonna answer probably number 6 because these are all
Oh,
questions.
really?
Nice.
Oh, okay. What is it? Break ranks, people, okay, our great leaders had to step out from the crowd. Okay. Are you doing something active and just killing time? You know, I had studied constitutional law before, back in 1997. And also, I mean, this is a short story. I was part of a petition that filed a class lawsuit against the government that all went all the way into the U.S. Supreme Court and won.
Wow.
So when I was stuck in immigration prison for life, what they call lifer, and so I encouraged the guys to fill out habeas corpus. And so our idea was to clog up the courthouse so we can get a federal lawyer to take the case, because under constitutional law, we're not afforded a free lawyer because it's not a criminal crime, and it's not criminal.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a civil matter, so basically they can't just give you a lawyer unless you have a good case. So we had to clog up the courthouse in order to have a lawyer to represent us. And so the case ended up all the way, which doesn't have my name on it, but the case ended up freezing. They froze the case and they picked 5 leading cases, which one of them was my buddy that I fill out the petition for, and so his case went. And another case, Zabaida's case, went all the way to the 9th Circuit and all the way to the Supreme Court and won. And the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that it's unconstitutional to hold an individual that can't be deported within 6 months. So,
Wow.
that was my experience with constitutional law, and I studied this in Not, I mean, I got, this is when I was in immigration jail without any, and if you've been in immigration, there's no resource for you to read up on, there's no textbook or anything. I had to do this through getting information from the outside and what cases that I need to cite on and stuff like that.
Wow. That was pretty bold.
Yeah.
That was breaking ranks, being bold.
Okay, thank you. And what's sort of holding me back from achieving my mission is that there have been encouragement from other professors, friends, and so forth want me to, go to, law school and so forth. But I think that what's holding me is family. If my spouse can have a good job where I don't have to do, where she can be a breadwinner and I can, just go to school, I would love to do that. But that's what's holding me back. Is basically not able to be what would you do if you were 10 times older? And 10 times, I would. It's hard.
You'd be a professor of constitutional law.
Yeah.
We already heard that one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good job. Okay, ladies. Number
So,
7, 8.
We have 7, 8. Get visible. So in order to succeed, you and your mission must be seen and heard. So circle 5 things you could do to become more visible. They're not there. Speak to a group. Speak to a youth group. Oh, these don't work.
Yeah, these don't work, so we made our own action steps. So we said attend lectures at different schools and see how the professors teach a class, what it's like to be in a class for constitutional law, and then to find a professor and get feedback from them. So ask, how is it like to teach? How did you get there? What they have done differently, or what were their challenges trying to become a professor? And then write down your plan of action. So like, what undergrad school would you go to, which law school, and how much money would you need to go to school? And then get works published, start writing articles about law, because professors do that, and then that's how they get tenure. And then research career opportunities for a professor, what are the requirements to do that, our school's hiring. So,
Good.
And we also had number 8, which is to saturate everything you do with meditation and positive thinking. I'm sure as water you do that really well. Maybe you could actually teach us.
Yeah.
So definitely was really inspired by all the stuff that you guys did around human mind and mathematics. So thanks for that. So you already have sort of the knowledge and the experience, the lived experience, to teach constitutional law and how it manifests itself in communities like ours. So we didn't this was a place for you to write your personal letter about your mission and vision, so we didn't actually start writing it. But I think we want to encourage you to do that more, because I know you have one sentence, and that one sentence is really powerful. So I don't know if there's a lot of us professors and different pieces of the work that can help you put that together. We'll be happy to be part of that process. An honor to be part of that process, actually.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Is achieve balance.
The joy person.
Did you write that one?
No.
Okay.
Wholeness.
Wholeness.
Oh, wholeness.
No.
No.
Samoa.
Yeah.
Electricity in the school classroom. There's no electricity, and in summertime we went there June, and it was 90 degrees in the classroom, but they are used to do that kind of temperature. And I was to tell you the story behind this filmmaking. Nancy was quite apprehensive because she never taught in Khmer language in her own country, because she came from refugee camp. And the night before, she was telling me, I cannot teach. We came all the way here. I better ask my sister to teach. Her older sister was teaching in Providence, right, Rhode Island, and she came along. So I said, no, she never got trained by Pat 14s, and she cannot train. She cannot teach. So finally she agreed. Then once she got up there, she was first time a little bit nervous, but the people, she tried to write the Khmer language on the whiteboard, and they said, no, that's not right.
Oh yeah, I got a funny story about that.
Spelling was not correct.
Oh.
You know Sotno?
Yeah.
For day, earth, okay, earth. So no, and I just wrote like this, the W upside down. I mean the W, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody's screaming, "Stop! Time stop! Time stop!" I'm like, what the heck is everybody talking about? And then so finally one of the child got up and she put a swirl on the top, and I said, "Oh, đòi nhầm tận đọc sọ." Oh my gosh. I know. I didn't even realize what I said. Everybody just burst out laughing.
It's a perfect joke.
These kids were what, 8th grade, I thought? 8th or 9th grade. 9th grade. It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, puberty.
And
Wow.
That's a really funny joke.
That's a good
the
joke.
difference is they don't have any self-consciousness. The children in the countryside, they're very free spirit. So she asked, okay, what is your talent? And one girl said, singing is my talent.
Yeah, I remember that.
Can you try it out? And she has no inhibition. She sang a beautiful song.
Yes.
So I said, my gosh, you should become a singer later on. That's the kind of thing. And another boy also sang, and it's long singing,
Yeah, he did.
So the classroom got more free and agitated. Every student was expressing freely. That was the difference between, I observed several classes, even in Santa Ana, this program being taught, and most of the children were very quiet. But over there, they were just free. They were responding beautifully, and as I said last night, the principal of the school was present at the time, and he was so impressed because the classroom was very lively. Exchange was beautiful, and this is a very remote part of the country, and they never thought about their vision or their life. This is the first time they ever thinking about it. And when she asked for the vision statement, just like Shirley asked you to write several pages of vision statement, so they went home and wrote down those vision statements. And I made a copy of another class she taught, and this vision statement is so amazing. And I framed it. I made a copy here, so you can have one copy each. And the difference is, each region, there's a different makeup of the students. But what I noticed is the most important thing is you got to get the children inspired somehow. Storytelling is a beautiful thing. Without story, they get bored. Okay, so that's what she did. Content, I think she learned from Shirley in one day, just like this. But she told a lot of stories, and that's what motivated them and came alive. Yeah, so.
And it's the stories.
Yeah, and I picked my personal story, it's like, because that's the story that I know best. And so, I do different activities like the talent shield that you guys did. I missed it. But yeah, like he said, one girl said she's very talented in singing, and she wants to use her voice to entertain, to help people heal by singing, performing to them worldwide. So I said, really? And then I said, can you sing to us? And she has the most beautiful voice I have ever heard, like an angel voice. But the sad part is her mom is deaf, and she was helping her mom instead. So her mom doesn't get to hear how beautiful her voice is. That's the sad part. But another saddest part is that her mom doesn't want her to be a singer. Her mom wants her to be a nurse. So she had to give up her dreams of becoming a singer to be a nurse to fulfill her mom's
A mission, yeah.
So another thing is, all of the students in Cambodia, they were very poor, poor family, but every one of those mission or vision statement helping others.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Everyone's
They said that I want to
passion.
help my family, I want to help my village people, I want to help the country. This, I was so impressed with this. How come they have this kind of vision?
Yeah.
You know, it's a grand vision, really.
Well, and, you know, I think all of you in the room today are representative of that culture. And what I've noticed, because I train a lot of people, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of egos in this room. And I'm guessing that culture.
Pitu! Pitu! This to you. And then you walk over and shake her hand.
There you go.
Stand in the middle, stand in the middle, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh. Some lim one look that I say. Congratulations look that I say. No, you gotta shake her hand. Shake her hand.
So grateful for your friendship.
Yes.
Off going, off going. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the privilege.
He knows how it's done.
Wait, Doctor, Khmerយើងគ្រូពេទ្យ Everything is group paid.
That is PhD.
Antoinette
of Cambodia.
Daniel Kim.
Yay!
You came like that and I'm going to yours.
I know.
I am the Antoinette of Cambodia.
Not the Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins is the Danielle Kim.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, thank you for spelling my name right. I really appreciate it.
All right, bonsoir. That was fun.
You shouldn't come up. That's good. That's a good one.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Yeah. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
Anybody recording this?
I did a little bit.
Some join on Sray Mao.
Oh, I think it's on
Sray Sokalin. Mao, hey, Mao.
Sing Mao. I'm ready for right now.
Some trade.
Thank you. Oh, I was just speaking.
Yeah, we need some graduation music. Like a graduation dance.
This is her Cambodian name, Chan Sopari.
Wow. Beautiful name. That is a beautiful.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Chơi